Hey, shalom, Israel. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah brought a thumb to the brothers. Yahweh Shema, thumb by Shem Yahweh Shah to the sisters. Priest and officer 500 Bakwa Shema, holding down the I.S.U.P.K Brooklyn class. Just like always, let's start it off. Let's give the Lord a hand. And being underneath this oppressor, right? We face a lot of daily questions, a lot of elevator talk, if you would. You know what I'm saying? Conversations that we might have at work with our loved ones, with whoever. You understand? Just regular conversations. And one that always pops up is, does color matter? Does color really matter? You understand? Because we know that we are hated in this earth. You know what I'm saying? So-called Blacks, Hispanic, Native Indians. We are hated in this earth. We are absolutely despised and envied in this earth. That builds hatred for other nations. And the question is it because I'm black? Is it because I'm brown? You understand? Do they hate us because of our color? And everybody wants to know, does color really matter? You understand? They talk about colorism and racism, and nobody knows what drives it. But in the I.S.U.P.K Command General YAHANNA, these priests and prophets and these sisters in here as well, you understand? We have studied and learned this Bible, man. We have been taught these scriptures, and we know exactly why they hate us, man. But the question today is, does color matter? And if it didn't matter, the answer to that question, first of all, is a yes and a no. And I know it sounds confusing, right? But the Most High God is not the author of confusion, man. And the answer is yes and no, because color, in all actuality, it means nothing. These people don't hate us because of our color. They hate us because of who we are. But they do hate us enough to lie about the priest and prophet of foretime, man. Lie about Christ. Lie about the greatest man to ever walk the earth and say he is not this color. They paint pictures about these Bibles and make it look like these men were white. Make it look like all the great men in the They paint pictures of angels and put little white babies in diapers with wings, man. And if color didn't matter, why did they lie about color? Why do they lie about the color, about the men in this Bible? We're going to pull out some scriptures today and show that color is in the Bible. You understand? So there is a relevance to it, but the question, does color matter? It's a yes and a no. And we're going to get into these scriptures and we're going to see why. First and foremost, go to the book of Daniel. And we're going to go to Daniel chapter 7 and verse 9. It's the book of Daniel chapter 7 and verse 9. I beheld till the thrones were cast down. Now this is Daniel, right? This is Daniel having a vision. He's having a vision from the Lord about the Lord's dwelling place, about where the Most High God rests. It reads, I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit. You understand? The Ancient of Days. He's referring to the Most High God, man. The Most High God was here before all the men and all the other animals and the trees, and he will be here after. You understand? He's the Ancient of Days. He has been here forever. He has been in existence forever. Nobody knows the dates. Nobody knows the times. Nobody knows how long the Most High God has been the Most High God. You understand? He is the Ancient of Days. Let's keep reading. Whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like pure wool. It says that the hair of his head was like pure wool. You understand? Now, there's a nation of people that have woolly hair, woolly textured hair, man. You understand? Every nation on the earth does not have these features. In fact, there's probably only one nation on the earth that has these features, man. You understand? Let's keep reading. His throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire. Now, the picture he's painting is this image of someone sitting on a throne of fire. You understand? The Most High God sits on a throne of fire. And no, he does not get burnt by the fire. You understand? He sits on a throne of fire. Let's keep reading. A fiery stream issued and came forth before me. Thousands and thousands ministered unto him, and 10,000s and 10,000 times 10,000 stood before. You understand? He's talking about this whole concept and the vision of where the Lord's dwelling place is. You understand? Let's drop that. Let's go to Revelations. It said he had hair like wool, man. You understand? So-called blacks, the Judites especially, man, we are known for having woolly hair, man. The texture of our hair is like unto wool. Because a lot of these oppressors and these other heathens, their hair looks like fur. Because they're wild beasts anyway, and their hair grows like fur. So that wool texture, that's a dead giveaway. Let's keep reading. This is the book of Revelations, chapter 1. Let's start at verse 1 real fast. It says, the revelation of Jesus Christ. You understand? Yahawashi Mashiach in the Hebrew, man. The world ignorantly calls him Jesus Christ. You understand? And it says the revelation. The revelation means to reveal something. They're going to reveal how Christ looked. You understand? It was put in the book on purpose because the Most High God is way smarter than man. And he knew that years to come that they would lie about the color of Christ, that they would lie about the color of the priests and prophets in his Bible, that they would lie about who the Lord's chosen people are. So all these little hints and details that are in these scriptures are for our learning. Let's keep reading. It said, which God gave unto him to shew unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass. Let's drop down to verse 13. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, you understand? In the midst of the 7 candlesticks, this is a representation of the 7 schools that Paul had built, man. You understand? The 7 schools Paul built. If you read verse 11, you'll get the list of the schools, man. You understand? You'll get the list of the schools and the places they were at. But this is a representation of all the schools, the churches that Paul built up. You understand? Let's keep reading. One like unto the Son of Man. And when they say the Son of Man, they talking about Christ, man. You understand? They talking about Christ when they say the Son of Man. You understand? That's the Lord's people. The Lord's people is who they refer to as Son of Man. Let's keep reading. Clothed with a garment down to the foot. And he had on a holy priest garment, man. That's our culture, man. He had on a nice garment like Israelite brothers wear. You see the I.S.U.P.K go to camp in the 4 corners of the earth, man. And maybe in your city you see us. And you see the type of garments we wear. You understand? Down to the foot. Priestly attire. And girded about the paps with a golden girdle. And he had a war belt on, man. He had a war belt that he had around his waist. And it was gold. You understand? That war belt is very useful, man. First, it protects the cord. And you can slide your sword in there. You know, you can use it as a holster. So he had a golden war belt on. Let's keep reading. His head and his hairs were white like wool. It says his head and his hairs were white like wool. You understand? White being a color, wool being a texture. And it says head and hairs because this is his head. And this right here would be his hairs, his facial hair, the hair on his face. You understand? So they were both white like wool. You understand? Again, that woolly texture comes in. That woolly texture comes in. And first of all, the picture that they depict of Christ, they got some borderline homosexual, man, some damn pedophile in the face looking oppressor with long furry dog hair and blue eyes. You understand? Looking like he's looking for little boys to sexual assault. You understand? He looks like a damn pedophile. And that does not match the description that the scriptures have, man. You understand? So we see that they lied about the color of Christ. They lied about who Christ was. Let's keep reading. And his eyes were as a flame of fire. And it says his eyes were as a flame of fire, man. You understand? Because Christ drank wine. He dabbled with the wine, man. You understand? He wasn't a drunk. He was just a brother that was in sorrow for all the grief that his people was going through, man. And he drank wine. Yes, he drank wine. You understand? You see the brothers out there in the earth that drink their little drinks. Sometimes their eyes get red. You understand? You see that their eyes are a little red when they get a little nice off the juice. You understand? Christ was a brother who drank wine. So his eyes was red like a flame of fire. Let's keep reading. Which also debunks that blue-eyed devil that they push around as the image of Christ. Verse 15, and his feet like unto fine brass. And it says his feet was like unto fine brass. You understand? Brass is about the color of a penny. You understand? It resembles the color of a penny. And the color of a penny is dark brown. It says his feet was like fine brass. You understand? His feet was like dark brown. Let's keep reading. And I don't know too much people that got dark brown feet and white faces. You understand? Maybe something is wrong with you if you have dark brown feet and a white face, man. You're probably sick. And Christ wasn't sick. You understand? His feet was dark brown because that was his skin complexion. That was his skin tone. That's the color of his whole body. Let's keep reading. As if they burnt in a furnace. And not only was his feet and his skin tone dark brown like a penny, it was dark brown as if it had burnt in a furnace, man. That's extra dark. You understand? If you burn something that's already brown, guess what? You're not going to get white. It's not going to come back pale. It's not going to look pink. It's not going to look red. It's not going to look like the oppressor. It's not going to look like that devil, man. You understand? It's going to look like brothers like myself, like brothers like how you might look, sis. You understand? Your skin complexion, your skin tone. Let's keep reading. And his voice as the sound of many waters. You understand? It said his voice was like the sound of many waters, man. He was a strong voiced brother, man. You understand? When he spoke, he had tone to him, man. He had bass in his voice. He was a strong tone brother. You understand? When he speak, people listen, man. That word traveled. You understand? He was a speaker. He was someone to listen to. He had a strong voice. You understand? Let's drop that. Let's go back to Daniel's. And we're going to go to Daniel's chapter 10. And we're going to go to verse 5. This is the book of Daniel, chapter 10, verse 5. Then I lift up my eyes and looked and beheld a certain man clothed in linen, whose loins were girded with fine gold of Euphrates. You understand? And this is Daniel seeing a vision of Christ. You understand? And he had that gold war belt on. You know what I'm saying? The brother was fly. You understand? The brother had taste. He had style. He had flavor. He had his gold war belt on. Verse 6. Body also was like the braille. You understand? Braille is like a bluish color. You understand? And when they said his body was like that, no, he wasn't blue. There is no blue people. You understand? You might could see an oppressor get choked, and he might turn blue. And I'm not telling nobody to go choke no oppressor, but you understand? You might see them pink people, and they get put in extreme pressures or extreme conditions and situations where their air's being cut off, and they might turn blue. You understand? But there's no blue people. That burrow that he had on was his garment. His garment was blue. Reading. And his face as the appearance of lightning, and his eyes as lamps of fire. You understand? There go that fire in the eyes again, them red eyes, man. And his arms and his feet. You understand? Because in Revelations, we found out what color his feet was. So now they went even further, and they said his arms and his feet. You understand? To debunk all the nonsense and all the chatter and bull crap that they might say. Like, oh, they talk about his feet. They ain't say his body. But his feet and his arms were the same color. You understand? Just like his feet and his face and his neck and his back and his chest. They're probably all the same color. They was all the same color, the same skin tone. And let's read. It says, and his arms and his feet like in color to polished brass. You understand? Again with this brown color, man. Again with this nice dark brown. It says like polished brass, man. You understand? Like a brother or sister when they oil and grease up their body, like polished brass. Let's keep reading. And the voice of his words, like the voice of a multitude. You understand? And his voice was strong again, man. talk about his voice. He had a heavy, strong voice, man. He was a brother that was supposed to be heard, man. When he spoke, that word traveled, man. You felt the tone in his voice, man. You understand? You heard what he said. You felt the tone in his voice when he spoke. And you know why they don't talk about this? You know why they hide what color he was? Because they don't want nobody to know that Christ was a black man. They don't want our brothers and sisters to know that Christ was a brother just how we brothers. They don't want sisters to know that the greatest man to ever walk the earth was your family. You understand? Was a man related to you. Because then you might understand how important and how special you are. You might start wanting to be as great as Christ was. You might start wanting to live just as righteous as Christ was, man. You understand? There's a reason why they do these things. There's a reason why they do these things. They take your greatness from you, man. They don't want you to know how special you are, man. So they lie and they make up stories and they whitewash history and make it seem like as if they were the people doing all these great things in these scriptures. As if they were the priests and prophets of the Lord. As if that damn disgusting bastard over there in our land was the chosen people of the Lord. You understand? They do these things on purpose. They crafty counsel to keep us confused and keep us lost and not knowing our heritage, man. We read in the book of Psalms, chapter 83, chapter 83, how they had crafty counsel, how they consulted together. You understand? And they had one consent to cut us off from being a nation so that the name of Israel could be no more in remembrance. And that's their whole goal. That's their whole objective, to destroy and eliminate the children of Israel, man. While we don't even know who we are. We don't even understand why they hate us, man. We don't even understand why they so vicious and ill towards us, man. So damn vicious with us, man. You understand? So damn disgusting with us. Because they have perpetual hatred for us, man. They hate the Most High God and they hate us as well, man. Let's drop that. Let's go to the book of Hebrews real fast, man. Let's go to the book of Hebrews chapter 7 and verse 14. And we're going to read about Christ. We're going to read. And it's going to say clear as day where Christ comes from. It's the book of Hebrews chapter 7 verse 14. For it is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah. You understand? It is evident that Christ comes out of the tribe of Judah, man. Like, this is well known. This ain't nothing new. This ain't nothing shocking. This ain't nothing amazing. You understand? They know. It is common knowledge that Christ, the greatest man that ever walked the face of the earth, man, you understand, came out of the tribe of Judah. You understand? And Judah is one of the sons of Israel, man. Judah is who the so-called Negroes right now would be, man. That's all. That's who we really are. You understand? That's our tribe. We, the so-called Negroes, are Judites. And Christ was a Negro. You understand? He was a black man just like us. And he was an unarmed black man just like us. You understand? But they hide these things and they bury the truth. You understand? And they act like color doesn't matter. Color doesn't play a part. Color doesn't play a role. Well, if color doesn't play a role, why are you hell bent on changing the color of these men in the Bible? Why are you hell bent on pushing these false images about this nasty, disgusting, child molesting image that you push, man? Caesar Borgia was a homosexual, man. He was a homosexual. He had sexual deviant. You understand? He was just filthy and disgusting. He was having sex with his sister. He was doing a whole bunch of nasty, filthy, disgusting, oppressor, devil type things, man. And they try to push that image as if that disgusting, dirty dog was the greatest man to ever walk the earth, man, as if he was Christ. They take Christ's mother and paint her as a white lady, man, as if a white lady could make something so beautiful and strong and mighty and amazing as Christ was, man. They're weak people, man. You understand? That was a sister. Ain't no way you gonna get a man that strong and mighty and great and ain't no sister push him out. You understand? He had to come from a brother. Let's keep reading. Of which tribe Moses spake nothing concerning priesthood. You understand? That's nothing. The main point of that verse is that it is evident that our Lord, Yahweh Shah Mashiach, sprang out of Judah. He came out of the tribe of Judah, man. You understand? And just like all the other Judites, none of them were oppressors. None of them are filthy, dirty, stinking oppressors, man. You understand? They are not. They are so-called blacks. They are the Negroes. The Negro race that we know today are the children of Judah, man. That's the tribe that we belong to, man. And they try to lie to us and push and tell us that color don't matter, man. But they running around lying and making false stories about color. They do it all the time. Let's drop that. Let's go to the book of Jeremiah. No, we bouncing around. Sometimes you gotta bounce around these scriptures. You understand? And get what's being said. And get what's being said. Catch the message in there. Let's go to the book of Jeremiah, chapter 14. And we're gonna go to verse 2. It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 14, and verse 2. It says, Judah mourneth. You understand? Judah mourneth. You understand? Judah, Judites. And in some context, Judah can be referring to all the children of Israel, man. Because the children of Israel follow after the tribe of Judah, man. You understand? Our brothers and our sisters follow after what Judah does, man. Judah's like the leader of the damn gang. He's like the head honcho. And the rest of the tribes follow after what Judah does, man. You understand? You read stories about the kings. A lot of the kings of the earth from the children of Israel came out of the tribe of Judah, man. It was promised that Christ was going to come out of the lineage of Judah. It was promised. You understand? King David, King Solomon, all these great men, Judites. You understand? It says Judah mourneth. You understand? So-called blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indians, we mourning. And the gates thereof languish. And our so-called leaders, the people that should be protecting us and showing us what's going on, the people that should be blasting and going against the fact that they push and promote this image of white Christ, that they got our brothers and sisters in these churches thinking that they in the house of the Lord, worshiping and praying to this white devil, man. You understand? Worshiping and praying to this damn oppressor, worshiping and praying to this blue-eyed, furry, beast-like, disgusting rapist. You understand? The people that should be saying and fighting for it, they don't say nothing about it. You understand? They keep their mouth closed. They keep their paychecks and they keep their vacations. You understand? They don't say nothing about the evil that's being done. They don't say nothing about the misleading of our people, man. They don't say nothing about the deceit, the blanket, and the hats and the blindfolds being pulled over our brothers and sisters' eyes, man. They don't care. They don't combat it at all. They don't go against it at all. They don't obtest it at all. They just roll with the flow. You understand? They just roll with the flow, collect their dough, and act like they don't know nothing. And they probably don't know nothing anyway. You understand? Let's keep reading. It says, and the gates thereof languish, man. Them gates are weak. A gate is made for protection, man. These leaders are supposed to protect the so-called blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indians, man. These so-called leaders. But ain't no leaders for the so-called black, Hispanic, and Native Indian besides Commanding General YAHANNA, man. You understand? Commanding General YAHANNA is the only leader ordained by the Most High to serve and protect the children of Israel, man. I don't care what nobody tell you. It says the gates thereof languish, man. Our leadership is terrible, man. They allow everything in. You understand? They allow everything in. Let all the enemies and all the oppression and all the deceit, all the lies, all the confinement, all that stuff gets right in, man, because them gates are weak. They are black unto the ground. It says they are black. B-L-A-C-K. They are black unto the ground. You understand? There's more color for you. All scriptures, man, more color for you. It says they are black unto the ground. You understand? It doesn't say that they are pink. It doesn't say that they are just regular people to the ground. It says they are black unto the ground. That's a descriptive word to let you know who they're speaking about. To let you know that they're not talking about everybody. To let you know the color of a people. To let you know the state of a people, man. You understand? Let's keep reading. It said they are black unto the ground, and the cry of Jerusalem is gone up. And our cries and our prayers and our stress and our pains and our worries and our trials and tribulations, man, them words have gone up, man. And the Lord hears it. The Lord hears what's going on with us, man. We got to correct ourselves so the Lord can work for us. But he hears what we doing. He knows what we going through, man. He knows our poverty. He knows our trials and our tribulations. He knows. He knows. He hears the children of Judah crying up to him, man. And when I say Judah, I ain't just talking about Judites. I'm talking about all 12 of the tribes, man. Understand? So-called Negroes, the Haitians, the Jamaicans, the Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, Trinidadians, the brothers and sisters from Honduras, man, Guatemala. You understand? Venezuela. All our brothers and sisters, man, all over, man. Colombia and Chile. Our Mexican brothers, man. Our Native Indian brothers and sisters, man. The Lord hears us, man. He hears our pain and he hears our worries, man. Let's keep reading. Well, we could drop that, right? We could drop that and we're going to go to the Song of Solomon. Yeah, we're going to go to Song of Solomon. We're going to go to Song of Solomon, chapter 1 and verse 5. This is the Song of Solomon, chapter 1, 5. And it reads, I am black. Yes, it says that. I am black. You understand? I am black, but comely. Solomon said, I am black, but I'm comely. You understand? I'm black, but I am comely. You understand? Black man. King Solomon was a black man. Just like his father, King David. Just like the man who had this Bible reinterpreted into English. You understand? King James. These are all black people, man. William Shakespeare. Black people, man. They are some of the greatest people on the face of the earth, man. The scriptures say, I am black, but comely, O daughters of Jerusalem. And he told the daughters of Jerusalem, he told the sisters, listen, I'm one of you. We on the same team. You understand? He told the sisters, man, we on the same team. I'm black just like you. Let's drop that. We're going to go to the book of Job. And we're going to go to chapter 30. And verse 30. It's the book of Job. Chapter 30 and 30. My skin is black upon me. Now, Job 30 and 30, it get real clear cut, man. It said, my skin is black upon me, man. I can relate. It said, my skin, you understand, is black upon me. Let's keep reading. And my bones are burneth with them. It said, my skin is black upon me, man. You understand? That's real heavy. And that's real clear cut. You can't argue with that, man. You can't argue with that. But they'll let you believe that these scriptures and these priests and prophets were so-called oppressors, were the damn devils. You understand? And obviously they don't understand the book. If they understood the book, they would take these things out. They wouldn't let brothers be able to read it later. They'd be like, yo, you know what? The Lord don't talk to you. The Lord doesn't even know you. Let's drop that. Let's go to the book of Acts, New Testament. We're going to go to Acts chapter 13. We're going to start at verse 1. This is the book of Acts, chapter 13, and verse 1. Now, there were in the church says Lakia. It says, now they were in the church that was at Antioch. It says, there were in the church that was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers, and Barnabas and Simeon that were called Niger, you understand, and Lucius and Cyrene. And it says Simeon and Barnabas were called Niger, you understand? They were called niggers. They were called niggers even back then, you understand? And who does the earth and the world call that people nowadays? Who gets that burden of being called that? So-called blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indians, man. They know exactly who we are. They know exactly why they do the things they do, man. Let's keep reading. Yeah, we can drop that. We're going to go to the book of Exodus real fast and read a story about Moses. We're going to go to Exodus chapter 4. Chapter 4 and verse 6. Let's start at verse 1. It's the book of Exodus chapter 6, chapter 4, verse 1. And Moses answered and said, but behold, they will not believe me, nor hearken unto my voice. For they will say, the Most High have not appeared unto thee. And the Lord said unto him, What is it that in thine hand? It says, what is it that last? Salakia. And the Lord said, and the Lord said unto him, what is that in thy hand? And he said, a rod. Verse 3. And he said, cast it on the ground. And he cast it on the ground. And it became a serpent. And Moses fled from before it. You understand? Now, this is Moses getting the commandments from the Lord. And the Lord telling him to go down there and talk to the people and tell the people. And he said, how are they going to listen to me? They might not listen to what I got to say. And he showed them his power. He said, take that stick that's in your hand and throw it on the floor. And the Lord turned that stick into a serpent right before Moses' eyes. And it freaked Moses out. It scared them a little bit. You understand? It had them shooken up. Let's keep reading. Verse 4. And the Most High said unto Moses, first put down and the Most High said unto Moses, put forth thine hand and take it by the tail. And he put forth his hand and caught it, and it was become a rod in his hand. You understand? It's the Lord doing more miracles. Verse 5. They may believe that the most high power of their fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob have appeared unto thee. You understand? And the Lord said, man, listen, just do this, and I'm going to give you the juice, and everybody's going to know that I showed myself. You want to shut people down. Let's keep reading. Verse 6. And the Most High said furthermore unto thee, put now thine hand in thy bosom. And he put his hand into his bosom. And when he took it out, behold, his hand was white, was leprous. And leprosy is a disease or condition where you don't get no skin. Your skin cells is messed up, man. You understand? You might come out looking like one of them pale people. You might come out looking like one of them damn oppressors. You understand? And Moses had this problem, and he put his hand in his shirt because he followed orders of the Lord. And when he took his hand back out his shirt, his hand was white. You understand? His hand was white, like the damn devil, like the damn oppressor that the Bible speaks of. Verse 1, Salakia. Let's go to First Maccabees. We go in First Maccabees chapter 3 and verse 48. This is the book of First Maccabees chapter 3, verse 48. And laid open the book of the law. You understand? They open up this Bible, man. These oppressors, these dirty, stinking heathens, they open up this Bible, man, and they read the stories. And they know the laws. And they know the ordinances. They know what we should do, what we shouldn't do. And they use it against us to keep us in sin, to corrupt our minds, to tarnish and damage our spirits, man. You understand? It says, and laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images. And they wanted to paint over our pictures, man. You understand? This is the whitewashing. This is show you how dirty, stinking, and disgusting they are, man. That they would lie. That they would go out their way to lie about who we are, how we look. You understand? To keep us from knowing and putting the dots and collecting the notes together to understand and realize that, man, those great people that these Bibles talk about, those are people like myself and yourself. You understand? Those are people like our cousin and our aunts. Those are people like our children. You understand? We want to show a little more compassion and care for them, man. Because don't nobody else give a damn about what's going on with them, man. And if I could, let's go to the book of Genesis real fast. Let's go to the book of Genesis real fast. We're going to go to Genesis chapter 25, and we're going to go to verse 25. It's the book of Genesis chapter 25, verse 25. And the first came out red all over. It said the first came out red all over, man. This is the description of Esau being born, man. The progenitor of the race of Edom, man. This damn devil, the so-called white man. You understand? This is the birth of him. And it says the one came out red and hairy all over. You understand? Because he was nervous. He like, yo, man, I ain't never seen a baby like this, man. You understand? That was abnormal. Why? Because the people on the earth was a certain color at them time. So this new pale-faced pink baby, this new murderer, this new school shooter, you understand? When he was born, it scared the hell out of Isaac, man. You understand? It scared Isaac. It worried Isaac. Let's keep reading. It says, and the first came son over one. So he was like, he scared me, man. He was too strong and powerful. He wasn't ready for that, man. It had him shooken up. It had him absolutely shooken up, man. Let's keep reading. All right, no sweat. We could drop that. We can hold off on that, man. Yes, then we can hold off on that. Let's see what's going on over here. 2 and 14. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 2, verse 14. And he said, who made there a prince and a judge over us. Indeedest thou to kill me. Ask thou killest Egyptian. And Moses feared and has said, surely this amazing thing. Let's drop that. Let's go to the book of Acts real fast. Salakia. Let's give Exodus chapter 2 and 19. It says, and they said, an Egyptian delivered us out of the hand of the shepherds. You understand? The Egyptian delivered all people out of the hands of the shepherds, man. And guess what? The Egyptians were the same color as us, man. You understand? They were brown people. That East Indian is a brown person. You understand? There's a lot of brown people. Hawaiians are brown people. You got some Filipinos that's brown people. But they're not our people, man. You understand? They're not our brothers and our sisters. And we know that by how they live. We know that by how they carry themselves. We know that by what they follow. We know we're not related to them, man. We know they ain't got no business with us. And we don't got no ties or connections to them, man. And we shouldn't. You understand? We shouldn't just say it. We should actually mean it. This is the book of Apocrypha, Salakia. Not in the Apocrypha. Here we go. Let's go to Acts. Let's go to Acts in the New Testament. It's the book of Acts, chapter 21. Chapter 21, verse 37. Book of Acts, chapter 21, verse 37. And as Paul was to be led into the castle, he said unto the chief captain, may I speak unto thee? Who said, canst thou speak Greek? Verse 38. Art not thou that Egyptian which before these days made us an uproar, and led us out into the wilderness 4,000 men that were with murderer. You understand? These are the Egyptians, man. And he thought Paul was an Egyptian. You know why he mistake Paul for an Egyptian? Because we was probably the same color. They was probably the same skin color. You understand? You got all kinds of people that are brown skin, that are dark skin. You understand? You got all kinds of people with all kinds of different shades. It's all types of different skin tones. But you know what the separation is? Their bloodline and who they are as a people, man. You understand? Color does matter in certain aspects. You understand? Because this nasty thinking oppressors and these heathen, they see certain colored people and they just don't want nothing to do with you. They give you the cold shoulder, they give you the run around, and they're not opening them doors for you, man. But color means nothing in the sense of who my brother is and who my sister is, man. And we don't get caught up on colorism here, man. We got all types of different skin tone brothers and sisters, man. You know the difference is we all love each other, man. We all love each other just like the Most High God said that we should love each other, man. So color does matter, but it doesn't matter. It's just another way for them to try to divide and conquer us, man. Another way for them to try to keep us from doing what we should be doing, man. And we can't allow that. We ain't having that. You understand? We gonna know the difference, and we gonna tell people the difference, man. Color doesn't make you an Israelite. Being an Israelite makes you an Israelite, man. And with that, hey, shalom, Israel. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabbat thumb to the brothers. Yahweh Shemar, done by Shem Yahweh Shah to the sisters. I'll see y'all next week.